Okay, so full disclosure, I am going to be revealing the twist villain. Normally I wouldn't do something like this, but I feel like I have to with this movie because that was one of my issues with it. So if you want to go into this movie spoiler free, come back after you've watched it. Honestly, this film is pretty fun. Ryan Reynolds, of course, is great in this movie, especially his back and forth trash talk with Samuel L. Jackson. It kind of reminded me of the back and forth banter between Brad Pitt, Will Ferrell, and Megamind, and thought it was one of the funniest parts of the movie. Now, to enjoy this movie, you have to buy into a completely ridiculous premise. The snail gets super speed because he ingested engine fluid from a race car. Ridiculous setup, but it gives the film some fun possibilities. I actually thought this movie was pretty good for what it was, even though to some degree it is kind of a snail version of Ratatouille, which brings me to my biggest problem with this movie, the villain. I don't think they needed to make the character of Guy Gagné a villain. It comes completely out of nowhere and feels unnecessary to the film. I mean, this guy was Turbo's hero, and then all of a sudden, nope, I'm the villain. It just didn't work. I mean, Turbo's already been told by pretty much everyone else in his life this entire movie that he can't race or follow his dreams, and to make his mentor, the hero, the main villain of the film, just rub salt into an open wound. No pun intended. It would be like if right before the third act of Ratatouille, they just suddenly decided to make you Stowe the villain. It wouldn't work. It would have been much better if after Turbo wins, he's a good sport about it and says, see, this proves exactly what I've been saying this whole time. No dream too big, no dreamer too small. It would have been a lot more heartwarming than suddenly just having this third act villain twist. But other than that issue with it, I still had a good time with this movie. I thought the whole cast was very funny. I thought it had a bit of creativity with its weird premise. I honestly would still recommend this movie. It's entertaining, you just have to really suspend your disbelief with it. Overall, I would say Turbo gets a B, an 8 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars.